I'm about to show you 7 of the most powerful prompts that you can use with Google Gemini to help develop, grow, and promote your online business. My name's Alex. I'm a digital marketer with Lover Fighter Writer, and the AI prompts that I'm going to show you in this video should work with any chat-based AI assistant, including ChatGPT, Grok, or whichever one you might prefer. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to be using Google Gemini, and I am demonstrating prompts that I find Google Gemini is particularly good at implementing. However, these should work with pretty much any AI assistant, whether it's free or paid. And all of the prompts that I'm going to be demonstrating today are included in this spreadsheet of my AI marketing prompts. If you'd like access to this spreadsheet, visit the landing page that I'll have linked in the description. It looks like this, and I need to update it because it still says ChatGPT prompts, but I'm referring to them as AI prompts now because I'm using a wider variety of chatbots, but it's still the same spreadsheet. So if you visit this landing page and sign up for my email list, make sure you go through the double opt-in, confirm that you want to be on my list, and then it should automatically email you access to this spreadsheet. And so there's currently 29 prompts in this spreadsheet. A lot of them are 2 or 3 part prompts. And a lot of them also have tutorials linked in the title right here. And for today's video, I actually added 2 new prompts, which are the MVP or minimum viable product development prompt and the no cost marketing prompt. And we're going to be going through about 7 prompts in total that I think will be extremely powerful if you're trying to start an online business or if you have an online business and you're working on attracting more customers. First, I'll walk you through how I used some of these prompts with real samples of how I can apply them to my business. And then we'll go through a few more examples together so that you can see the way I think about my interactions with the chatbot. And the first prompt that I used is the MVP or minimum viable product development. A minimum viable product is something that you should be able to make pretty quickly and pretty inexpensively that you can sell, usually for a fairly low price compared to what you might be the higher ticket products or services that you might also sell in the same niche. But the idea is to create something fairly quickly and fairly inexpensively that you can use to prove that you can make sales in that niche. And then if you can make sales, if you can sell your MVP, then you can start improving the MVP or developing additional offers and start offering those to your existing customers and build your business out like that. And so the prompt I gave it was suggest 5 minimum viable products I can use to validate my idea for a marketing, education /products /services company. Ideally, it should be something I can create for less than $50 and then sell for $5 to $50 with no additional costs in order to find customers who would be interested in paying for a monthly subscription to marketing tools and resources that would cost at least $100 a month. Now, in the actual prompt, there are 2 variables. There's the business type variable and the backend product or service variable. And so in my use of this prompt, the business type is a marketing services company, and the main backend offer that I want to be able to promote is a subscription service or a subscription software that would cost at least $100 a month. So when you use the prompt, of course, you need to fill out the 2 variables, but you can also change the dollar values if you want. So I just said something I can create for less than $50 and then sell for $5 to $50, because that would make sense as a front-end product price in my niche. But depending on the niche that you're in or what you want to sell, you might need to tweak those numbers. If you want to have a high-ticket product instead of or in addition to a subscription, then you would need to change this part as well. And Gemini did a really great job of coming up with these product ideas. I like 4 out of the 5 of them, and the one that I decided to run with is actually the first. So the first idea was a niche-specific content calendar template and idea generator. Then we have beginner's guide to specific platform ads, your first campaign in 60 minutes. That is a really good idea and one that I'm going to think about more, but I wouldn't be able to create that as quickly as I could the others. Third is a mini course, 5 steps to building your email list from scratch. This is also an idea that I really like and something that I might put together. 4 is social media audit checklist and personalized action plan template. I actually have a product like this that I made that I used as a lead magnet in the past. So this is kind of making me rethink whether I want to add some more value to that and sell it as a product. And then number 5 is a headline and call to action swipe file for a specific industry. So those are all good ideas. The only one that doesn't really meet the criteria I gave it is the ad course one, because that would take more effort to create and it would require pre-existing skills in advertising. But the rest of them are things that most people could create with a few hours of work and the right software. And the next prompt that I used is the follow-up prompt for the MVP prompt. So this prompt is also available in the spreadsheet. And it was focus on idea number 1 with the following customization: real estate, content calendar template, and idea generator. Now, I just happen to know from previous experience that real estate agents are always looking for new content templates and things like that. There's a lot more demand for real estate templates than there is in most other niches on most platforms. So I just decided to go with that. And I said, provide concise, specific, step-by-step instructions for creating this product for free in as little time as possible. And it gave me a pretty solid process. There's definitely a few things that I would change about it, but it's mostly software preferences. It gave me a very good step-by-step process, and I would actually be able to use Gemini to do a lot of the things that it's suggesting that I do. Next, I moved on to the no-cost marketing campaign prompt. You can see this is the newest prompt on my spreadsheet. It's down here at the bottom. And the way I used it was list 5 marketing campaigns or ideas I can use to promote this product. Prioritize ideas based on them costing nothing and requiring as little time or effort or skill as possible. And as a side note, all of these prompts, each prompt that has its own row on the left here is a standalone prompt. So they're all written with the assumption that you're using it from scratch. But when you're using them in sequence like this, you don't have to explain the offer or the product that you're working with every time. You can just say this product like I did here. So I didn't fully re-describe the entire product. I just said, okay, let's keep talking about this product. So when you take a few prompts that work well together and use them in sequence, you can actually save a lot of time and develop your ideas a lot better. And the marketing campaign ideas that it gave me were not very good with this first time. Most of them were actually pretty much just ideas for posting on social media. And it kind of treated one idea like it was 5 different ideas by just saying post content on social media. And that is not really good advice for getting leads or making sales. You need to have a much better strategy overall that can include posting on social media. So then I added a follow-up prompt, which is also in the spreadsheet. And it was repeat the last prompt, but focus on 5 ideas that will attract a lot of attention easily without significant content creation. And then I said, focus on real, easy to execute ideas that will put the product in front of the right people quickly for free. And there are ways to do that. And it actually pretty much nailed it with this follow-up prompt. So basically, if you use a prompt that asks for something and it technically does what you want, but the answer is not helpful, which is what just happened there, then you just need to specify what was not helpful about it. And so in this case, I'm saying, okay, you basically just said post on social media. That's not helpful because it's not likely to attract a lot of attention quickly for free. It's actually very labor intensive and it's going to attract attention slowly. So I'm looking for a way to validate my product quickly for free. That means I need to get it in front of a lot of people right away. And when I made this further specification and said, no, this answer wasn't good, give me a new answer, it gave me a much better answer. And so the ideas it gave me were direct outreach to local real estate brokerages. This is a good idea. Of course, this would only work in business to business. You can't really do this in B2C, but it is a solid idea nonetheless. Then we have guest post on a niche real estate website or blog. This is also a good idea. I've used guest posts to get high-paying clients before, and so it could definitely work with mentioning a specific product of yours. Then we have running a content creation challenge on a social media platform, which could definitely be a good idea. You would have to find the right place to do it, probably like a Facebook group or a specific Instagram or LinkedIn community or something. But if you could find the right place and implement it in a clever enough way, then you could definitely get some results with that. Then the resource swap is also a pretty solid idea, like finding someone else that works in the same niche but is not your direct competitor and sort of referring customers to each other, although that does depend on you already having someone to refer to them. So if we're starting from scratch, that's not really a good idea, but it is a good way of thinking at least. And then the 5th one is the best, and this is the one that I was trying to get it to recommend, which is direct listing on niche marketplaces or directories. So for example, I could take this product and I could put it on somewhere like AppSumo or another lifetime deal SaaS website or another marketing resources website. I could put it on Etsy. I could put it in any number of places online for free. It's just a matter of really doing the research and finding places that will allow you to publish your listing and that actually has people visiting it that are your ideal customers. And the next prompt that I used is one of the first ones on the list. It's number 3, and it's called niche hunting. And so again, instead of using the variables, I just referenced what I'd already been talking about. And the prompt was write a list of different types of sub-niches that would be interested in buying the above product with a short description of what makes them want to buy it. And this prompt doesn't work as well for such a specific product because real estate agent marketing templates are only going to appeal to real estate agents, but it still did a good job of breaking this down into different types of real estate agents that might want it for different reasons at different price points. So it did a pretty good job, even though that was almost like a trick question. And there's a number of other prompts, especially near the beginning, that I have that are primarily for idea development, from business development to content development and product development. So you can play around a lot with those. And now that we've worked through how to use the basic chat assistant to get some ideas and start creating products and content, let's take a look at how to create what Gemini calls a gem. And a gem, or a custom GPT, is just a version of the chat assistant that has specific custom instructions that you can create. And so the only gem that I've made so far is an SEO writer. And all I did for that was I took a custom version of this NLP-friendly SEO content prompt in my spreadsheet, and I put it into the gem instructions. And so now when I use that one, it will automatically write using SEO best practices, so I don't need to tell it to do so. And just to show you, I'll create another one with my copywriting prompt. So I'll say new gem, and I'll call this one copywriter. And we're going to be working with my copywriting voice and tone prompt. So I'll copy this, paste it in here. And this prompt is write marketing copy in a natural, I like to be friendly, so we'll say friendly tone of voice. Use copywriting best practices, including strong languages, active voice, storytelling, and copywriting formulas to craft text that will help customer avatar. So I think I will go with small business owners decide to buy my marketing/online business products and services. Right from the perspective of Alex Tucker, digital marketer and owner at Lover Fighter Writer, who is known for copywriting and marketing strategy. And this last part where I ask it to say understood is not needed here. That's what you would do if you were, for example, using the free version of ChatGPT and you wanted to customize it to write this way, then you would use that prompt first. And I've got tons of videos that show examples of doing that. But since we're creating a gem in here, I'm going to remove this part. And it's really cool that you can add specific files that you want Gemini to reference, but I don't have anything to give it there. So I'll just test it out right here. We'll grab one of my copywriting prompts. Let's go with the PAS copywriting prompt. This is one of my favorite. PAS, or POS, is actually my favorite copywriting formula. And it's a nice simple prompt. Write ad copy for, we'll say, Facebook, using PAS formula, promoting email marketing templates for real estate agents in, and I already identified the industry, so I'll just say in Canada. So that's working pretty well. And now I just need to hit save, and my gem has been created. So now when I go to explore gems on the left here, I now have 2 gems. And if I want to use one of these, I just click on it and it will start a new chat with that specific chatbot. So let's do one more sample. We'll use my click-worthy headlines prompt, which is write 5 headlines for promoting email templates for real estate agents. And we'll hit send. And then we'll grab my headline optimization prompt. And instead of starting it with writing new headlines, I'm just going to erase this part and say display these headlines in a table where column A is the headline and column B is a score out of 100 based on how clickable they are. Order the table with highest scores first. Now I'll say add 5 new headlines to the table and try to make them all beat 90. Now I'll say improve the 5 lowest scoring headlines and assign new scores. And now these are starting to look pretty good. So I can use this to iterate and experiment with as many different headline ideas and ad copy as necessary. And then on a platform like Facebook, it's really easy to split test and figure out which headlines and copies are going to work the best. Remember, you can use the link in the description to get access to my AI marketing prompt spreadsheet. All of the prompts that you just saw me use are in there, and you just have to sign up for my email list. And once you're on my email list, you can reply to any of my emails. Let me know if you have any questions or you need help with anything, and I'll email you on a weekly basis with more educational content and resource suggestions to help you make the most of your digital marketing efforts. Thanks for watching. This has been Alex from Lover Fighter Writer, and I'll see you in the next video.